So you end up spending 3,000, 4,000. So it's hard, and the burden is so much, and it's heavy on the people.
Averagely in a day, I spend about between 2,600 to 3,000 naira coming to work daily.
The major problem with speaking up is that not everybody knows the appropriate channel to speak to.
Hello and good morning. At the Center for Inclusive Social Development, we ensure that we listen to local voices. So today we went out on the streets of Abuja to hear from the residents what their experiences are with regards to transportation system.
There is an area that I know that the government or FCT is not doing very well as regard to what is happening in one chance in Abuja, the level of criminality in that area.
It hasn't really been a bad experience, but I've had to go late for a lot of my meetings, even though I leave on time. So that part is not so good. But apart from that, I have been able to get at least reliable transportation to the various places that I needed to go to.
The transportation is not certain, like the price, it's not certain. You may you have in mind that I'm going to pay 500 naira while you are going. It might change like 800 and all this will be stranded on the way.
Considering the inflationary trend of the economy, I would say it's high. It's high. At the same time, you won't blame anybody other than the government. Everybody has a role to play in nation building. But where government does not sit up to really regulate, our problem is regulation. It's not to make the statutory laws. After making them, you need to work to see whether they are workable. Government is so docile. I'm very sorry to say that. If you put up policies, I'm a policy scientist, as beautiful as they may be, you should be able to regulate them. If you look at the security in terms of kidnaps, one chance, even within the metropolis of Abuja, I'm not talking about outskirts, is relatively very high. It's not supposed to be so. And then what are you doing about some filling stations that would decide to hike up fuel on their own? Is an issue. What is NURTW doing to ensure that vehicles are painted, they are numbered?
I see the low-income earner, suffer, the burden or incur the burden more. They are the one suffering from this challenge because it is a challenge. It might not remain. We will put ourselves together.
I do, but not as much as I would like it to be. And I feel like the major problem with speaking up is that not everybody knows the appropriate channel to speak to, because everybody complains about these issues. These are not issues that we hold privately, like everybody talks about them, but we don't know the appropriate bodies to talk to these issues about, and that's our major problem. So most of the people that you even talk to, like in the buses and other public places, they tell you, oh, nothing will be done about it, there's no need, all this one that you're just saying is just for yourself, that kind of thing. So by the time we'll have people that we can actually report to, that are trustworthy, that are reliable, that we see that when we speak to them, our voices are actually being heard, then I believe that a lot of change will actually occur.
Personalities, what you feel and what you think you can offer, to the society. But there's a problem. We have to build, that's what they call a mind road. I want to use that adjective I want to use, that the government need to do through you people, the media, to build the mind of Nigerians in this difficult time, knowing that time are hard and not just Nigeria alone. So we suggest that government has to come up with policies, especially the educating policy that talks to, the public on what should we do and what we should not do, how we as Nigerians can help ourselves. So that's what government should do. Government has to formulate an educative policy through the media to educate Nigerians. We have to help ourselves. Things are like this, things are like this, things are difficult.
The government, because I didn't really bring all those drivers and all this because of the cost of fuel. If government can do something today, like to reduce some fuels, because everything price change is basically on the side of the fuel. If they can do something on that side, I believe the transport will go down.
We have responded if the security networking of the police and other, collaborative agencies are, is tight. Somebody cannot deal with somebody. You just pick up somebody from FCT, Middle, Eagle Square, take him round town, and then by 12, you are finished with the person. There must be checks to see all that. We are not developing in terms of, technology. You can't sit on your armchair in the office to recognize all these ills. There must be cameras. All these things. Abuja has not improved. If not, I'm sorry, I'm not a politician. Wike came. We have never had an FCT minister. Apart from the first one, what's his name? The first one, Rufai, and this Wike. Everybody has his problem, but the man has tried to add value to the FCT.